This is 97.9 WRMF Palm Beach.
It's time to wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ Show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast, so don't get her pissed. It's Jason, talks like a spaz, and he loves to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ Show.
Hello and good morning. Happy Monday. I imagine everybody's probably very well rested today.
What'd you do this weekend? Same thing as you. Nothing.
Yeah, nothing. Just laid around, slept. So there you go. Yeah, I feel great.
Hey, the coronavirus gets me.
Yeah, there were some people doing that as well. So probably not anymore, though. They pretty much shut down life. So it's...
Well, they have, but not still. There's parts of Florida that's still going.
Yeah? Where's that?
I mean...
Oh, like northern parts?
Yeah.
Water and the such?
There's still parts that are open and...
They're doing what they can to shut it down, though. I know in South Florida they're taking it seriously. So no more recreational boating. That's done. The parks, that's done. So even if you want to go out there and maintain social distancing, you're not able to do that.
They shut down all the boat ramps.
Yes.
So you can't launch your boat from any public ramp. But if you live on the water, you can absolutely still go out.
I saw they shut off recreational boating.
Really?
Yes. Somebody was very upset about that.
I didn't see that.
Yes.
I saw pictures of people all over at the beach this weekend.
That's what did it. Because yesterday, like Lake Buckeye was just the place to be. And so all these places were jammed with boats. And they called because the local municipalities didn't have the power because it's state-run waterways. And they couldn't do anything about it. And they were all upset. And so they were all calling DeSantis saying, shut it down. And so then the governor got the calls. And then as a lot of people were out boating, they were closing the ramps. So no new boats could go out. So because of everybody having spring break on the water yesterday, and there was one boat, I was like, watching the news and seeing everything that was going on. And there was one boat that had about 40 people on it.
And they're all drinking probably. And
they
partying.
were just grinding and just all over each other. Yeah. In fact, I think it was a boat called D-Range, D-E-E Range.
Well, they're crazy, Kev. They can't help it.
Like, how fitting. Deranged is all packed with people.
They're going to be de-ed if they don't get their act together.
Well, that's just kind of it, too, because there were some cases of now college students here in Florida who have gone on spring break and were raging it up are now testing positive for the coronavirus.
Shocking.
Yes.
What, hanging out in bars and beaches and groups of people?
Yeah, 5 students from the University of Tampa have all tested positive for coronavirus after they went on spring break and tore it up. So that's kind of why they're saying we know a lot of these people are infected and they're hanging out on deranged at Lake Boca and we need to just shut it all down.
I mean, it's no shock that people get infected with stuff during spring break anyway.
Especially on the deranged. As soon as you step on that boat, you immediately get at least crabs.
I mean, how do you think you're not going to get corona at minimum on spring break?
When you got a boat named Deranged, it's not just a family cruiser.
No. There's never been a family on that boat.
It's not like, we're going to go for a leisurely little ride.
No.
Nah, it's party boat. So there you go. So next weekend will look even a lot different than this weekend looked in South Florida because a lot of your options are going to be shut down.
Well, the new normal, Kev, is forever changing.
It is. Every single week, it gets crazier and crazier. I don't know what's left really to shut down.
I saw one news broadcast, and I'm not even kidding. Within 90 seconds, I think she said the new normal 11 times.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding.
It's out there a lot.
Oh, yeah.
It's out there a lot. We've all got it. So there you go. Well, hopefully a lot of you are well rested today. Some of you are probably worn out and feel like you might have coronavirus. Good news is they're opening up more testing sites.
Okay.
And they're doing it faster than ever.
All right.
So we're getting better at that. So that is coming along here in South Florida. We'll catch up on everything coronavirus and everything going on in the world coming up.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away. Because you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
Well, coming up in just a second, we lost a legend over the weekend. We'll do a little musical montage for you and a little tribute coming up in a sec. Before we get into that, it looks like Rita Wilson is getting better every day. I think Tom Hanks posted a nice little thing about how they're feeling better and doing better. And here's a little clip of her old school rapping.
Okay.
You said, I know you, Mr. OPP man, your PP man, one only see me man. You should have known that when I hit it a step, that I was with it a bit, not to consider the rep. Heck, I did your partner cause she's hot as a baker, cause I'm naughty by nature, not cause I hate you. You put your heart in a pot that spreads a pot, and you forgot that I forgave when you had a spot. You try to act like something really big is missing, even though my name's graffiti written on your kitten. I love black women always, and disrespect ain't the way, and that's the family today. Hip-hop, hooray. Ho,
Okay.
hey, ho.
People are losing their minds being quarantined. I mean, I'm not even kidding. I saw so many funny things on social media because people are stuck in their house.
They are.
Just doing all kinds of stuff.
There's a lot of entertaining stuff out there.
One of our listeners, what they're doing virtual karaoke, which is pretty cool.
Yes, I saw that.
I thought it was pretty neat.
Yeah, that's fun. I think there's a karaoke scramble. Where it just throws songs at you and it tests you and see how good you are.
I have a buddy he lives with 4 other people and they've been hosting Dungeons and Dragon tournaments the entire time.
That sounds awful. Oh my gosh. That's the worst thing I've ever heard.
They've had like a 5-day Dungeons and Dragons tournament.
Did you see where finally the coronavirus got it right? Harvey Weinstein has tested positive. They've put him into isolation, and him and I guess another inmate have both tested positive. I don't know if he was like showing symptoms and they tested him or what.
Boy, did the universe turn real quick on Weinstein.
I mean, he really got his comeuppance.
Knocked him back and then just kicked him in the nards.
I mean, quick and swift.
Guilty, and you've got the corona.
This may take him out. He does not look like a well man, so there you go. And this was sad. I don't know if you saw on Friday night. I'm sure you did. Kenny Rogers passed away. He had been under hospice care for a little bit, and he was definitely struggling. They say he passed away peacefully, surrounded by family Friday night. In case you don't remember all the amazing songs, here's a little bit montage for you of Kenny Rogers' hits.
Mm-hmm. I remember I was dating a girl named Lauren, and our song was She Believes in Me by Kenny Rogers. And I wasn't playing baseball. I was on the bench, and I was getting ready to get my first big start in college. And she's like, just listen to that song, baby. I believe in you. I'm like, oh.
Aw, how'd you do at bat?
0 for 5, 3 strikeouts.
Okay.
And I left the bases loaded.
Yeah.
I mean, it was one of the worst collegiate games in history.
She believes in me, and she's the only one.
I didn't see the field for another 3.5 weeks.
Well, there you go, the inspiration. Yeah, it was odd because I was watching the Richard Jewell movie on Friday.
Good, right?
Yeah, but Kenny Rogers is in that. He's on stage performing. He was on a couple nights before the bombing happened, the Atlanta Olympic Park bombing that happened in like 96.
Yep.
So Kenny Rogers was on like one night, 2 nights later the bombing happened, and Richard Jewell's mama was there.
Oh, wow.
She loved her some Kenny Rogers.
Did
the
you
next day I heard he passed.
You like that movie?
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, it was good. It was a solid movie.
It's a solid movie. You know what? I don't know what it was. I watched a lot of Clint Eastwood movies this weekend. I watched that and The Mule, and he still makes solid movies.
He does.
Clint Eastwood is very old.
He is.
Very old.
And could kick your butt and my butt at
Big
the same time.
Big time, yeah. Solid.
Rest in peace, Kenny Rogers. Passed away at 81. And that's what's going on in your Dirt of the Day.
It's time for viral audio.
So how's your kids? How's your wife?
Double rainbow all the way across the sky.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
We had a lot of different artists that have been performing online. One of them is Neil Diamond, who changed up Sweet Caroline to work for coronavirus protection.
Hi, everybody. This is Neil Diamond, and I know we're going through a rough time right now, but I love you, and I think maybe if we sing together, well, we'll just feel a little bit better. Give it a try, okay?
Okay, there you go.
I like it.
I love it. I'm glad to see some of the old dogs coming out.
Yeah, we've really had a really old guy musical segment here with Kenny Rogers and Neil Diamond.
Clint Eastwood talk.
Clint Eastwood, yes, that's right. That's right. Anyone over the age of 70 just love this segment.
Looking for some KVJ merchandise and swag? Go to kvjshow.com and click KVJ Gear.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What you think about today, Jay Bird?
So, blessing in disguise. When something goes wrong, don't get down about it. Just, turn lemons into lemonade. I lost my wallet, can't find it. But what that's done is it's forced me to be self-quarantined. I can't go out to buy anything at Walmart. I can't go out at all. I didn't leave my house other than to go to Denny's place this weekend. So when something goes wrong, look at it from a different perspective and say, you know what, maybe blessing in disguise, my friend. Yeah, so what? I can't find my ID during a coronavirus.
Yeah.
That's, we'll deal with that problem when that arises. But now...
And it probably will.
Definitely.
Yes.
But for right now, blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
Look at the cup of soda half full, my friends.
Okay.
And that's your positive words of the day.
Nice affirmation there.
Thank you.
That is nice. Virginia, what do you got on your mind today?
So I wanted to ask you guys if you think I'm being too strict.
Yes. No, just kidding.
This has been a rough week. Rocco is easier to be quarantined with or hold up, whatever you want to call it. Mags is trickier because, she's about to be 15. She wants to be with her friends. Her friends' parents are way cooler than me, and her friends' houses are way cooler than ours and all that. But I'm just in a place where I'm like, no, I want you to stay home. I want you to respect this stay home thing. But she had been going out on the boat with her friends, 2 of her little girlfriends all week. They were taking out the boat, just the 3 of them. They weren't having any other human interaction. But finally yesterday, I was like, no, that's it. I don't want you to even do that anymore. I think it's bad. And she's like, Mom, you're overreacting. Am I? I just need you to help me navigate this because I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, your whole thing is, how do you know? I mean, everyone's set different, but how do you know those kids that Mags is hanging out with? How do you know they're doing the right thing when they go out?
I've asked. I've said.
You don't know.
Right. That's the thing.
Well, then I think you have your answer.
All right. Mags is very upset with me. She's like, Mom, I can't believe you would do this to me.
Well, being a parent, sometimes you got to be the heavy. And if there's ever a time to be the heavy, I don't know, global epidemic?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think, they've done you a favor. I think that we're getting rid of the recreational boating. I think that's, you don't have to be the heavy. Somebody else is doing that.
But she didn't want to say, okay, Mom, well, the boat's not around, but I want to still go over to blah, blah, blah's house. And you just have to make the decision on, okay, is blah, blah's house doing it right? Like I'm doing it right? Is Uncle Ned coming over?
And I do think they're doing it right. But still, if you're doing it right, it still scares me. I mean, I feel like if everybody's staying home, everybody should just stay home.
Well, we've been together for the last 10 days. If we've got the corona, I would imagine we would have already given it to each other. So
that's what she's saying. She's saying these are the same people she's been hanging out with for the past 10 days, and nobody's sick, and nobody's hanging out with new people.
But then I've heard people get all mad on social media. Okay, what if Virginia goes to a store and comes into contact with somebody, then she comes back to work and she's asymptomatic? I'm just saying what I'm seeing on social media.
I know.
It's said at so many different levels. Some people are so mad about people going out for anything, and then some people are like, I want to live my life.
Yeah, it really is kind of
tough.
Well, the thing that is tough about it, because you're sitting here, and I know when you've got a kid that wants to go out and have a social life, it is mentally exhausting to try to keep them at bay. And then you're right, there are a lot of arguments and points that people are bringing up that are legit. That every time you go to the store, who knows what had happened in your time out there? And say, what's the difference?
Well, it just takes one.
Yeah, it just takes one, and you don't know. Be like, okay, so then who do you quarantine yourself against, and who do you stay away from, and how's this all work?
It was interesting to still see on social media the divide of people that are not taking it seriously. I mean, it's not like they're not taking it seriously, but they don't think it's as bad as everyone's saying. And then on the other end, more of the Virginia line, oh my gosh, it's weird.
It is weird. It's a weird time to be alive.
It is. It is. There's every day there's new challenges that are thrown at us, and then the regulations are changing daily too.
I think it's important though, and I know it's hard to try to stay positive. And I know that sounds like it's a pandering comment, but it is important, I think, because there's so much doom and gloom out there. There's got to be ways to, combat that.
Yeah, I guess the waterways are still open to commercial fishermen, but the rest, like just recreational boating, is shut down. Okay, that's good. You're right. I don't have to be the heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's okay to be the heavy as the parent. My parents are
True,
heavies
yeah.
all the time.
Right.
I'm okay.
Yes, I agree with you, but I don't like constant fighting in my home. It's really exhausting to have a house where you're fighting with somebody day after day after day. I like a peaceful home.
I get it.
I don't like that drama, and now like my kid is always mad at me, and it just sucks.
Every now and then, a verbal hurricane is okay to come through a family to kind of clean things loose.
Sometimes too, unfortunately, the teenage years are tough. My mom and I did not get along very well for about 2 or 3 years through my teenage years.
Mullet Kev.
Yeah, it did not go well. And you know what? She held her ground, though. She was like, I am not compromising. And I look back now, and I'm thankful she did. Because if she had really bent and let me go where I wanted to go, I'd be dead by now. There's no doubt about it. I was doing stuff already that was close to killing me.
I can see a Kevin Ralston being very thankful for how your mom and raised you.
Yeah, and so you may just have to sometimes as a parent say, unfortunately, we're just going to have a rocky couple of years, but I'm doing the right thing. I hate that I have to go through this, but know in your mind, I'm doing the right thing.
And Mags ain't the kind of kid that's so angsty.
No.
You know what I mean?
She's not, and that's why it's so hard for me, because normally we have a great relationship, and now she's mad at me, and I guess maybe it's just par for the course.
It's okay.
It's the age she is. It just makes me sad because I miss us having a happy relationship.
But you're not even causing this. You're just saying, hey, look, this is what they're telling us to do, Magnolia. Like, I'm not making this up. Here, let me show you this.
Here's the article. I just pulled it up.
Yeah, recreational boating, these kind of things, we can't do now. They shut that down. This isn't your mama here that's doing this. This is society.
Unless you have a commercial fishing license that I don't know about, you can't be on the water.
Look,
Right.
back in 1993, my mom, Kay Pennington, stopped a date. I wanted to happen so bad with this girl named Allison. She stopped it 10 minutes before I was supposed to meet her at the Gardens Mall food court. I'm like, why can't I go, Mom? Because I'm your mother, and I said so. We got into a huge fight. I got over it. I still love my mom. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, that's it. You're right. It'll be good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you both. I needed just some help. It's hard out there, in there. It's hard.
I need some help as well. I'm sure a lot of you found yourself doing new activities over the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
And I found myself in a new activity. My son and I, the whole family, we had a Connect 4 tournament.
I love it, baby.
It went down, and I realized I am not the best Connect 4 player in my family.
Uh-oh.
You were talking some trash to me about Connect 4.
I used to crush everyone in Connect 4, and I sat down, and I got crushed by my son.
Well, you're
He's
out of,
11.
You're out of practice, Boomer.
I am, and it really got to me. I found myself at the end of the day, I'm playing Connect 4 by myself to try to work out new strategies. That's where I got. I'm like, well, I need to get it back. Like, I feel it's kind of like one of those old movies where the fighter has gotten out of shape. It's kind of like Rocky. Virginia, at one point, he got confident, he got soft, and then he got into the ring with Clubber Lang and got whooped. I just stepped into the ring with Clubber Lang, and now this is where I got to go to Russia and train.
You are in your Rocky 3 right now.
I am. I need to get back the eye of the tiger.
Now, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
We talked about this a couple weeks ago. You guys looked at me like I was crazy, but there is a theory, smoke before fire, meaning black goes before red. The smoke goes before the fire. Did Cannon go first or second consistently, or was it mixed?
We alternated.
Okay.
Yeah, we alternated.
And he won every time?
No, we did two, because in Connect 4 we do a round of 4, so it's a best of 4. And in the first round, he won 3, I won 1.
What happens if you tie 2-2? You just go that last one, the 5?
Yeah, you would do a tiebreaker then,
Okay.
if you did that. And then the next one, yeah, because he wound up, he beat me 4-3. So it's the first person basically to 4, I guess I should say. So the first person to 4 wins 4 games.
Okay. Best out of 7.
Yeah. And so he beat me 4-3 in the second one. And I was so close. I had him at 3-3. We were tied. And then he did it. So I improved in the second round. But I'm like, I need advanced Connect 4 techniques. I'm thinking maybe YouTube might have some videos or something.
You don't need YouTube. You need Jaybird. I will train you. We will take down your son Cannon.
I like, you know what, today I think you and I need to play. We need to see first off who's better at Connect 4, me or you.
Well, I'm canceling everything. This is priority 1.
Yeah.
Everything's already canceled.
But I'm canceling it all. I was going to do a...
There's nothing to cancel.
Yeah, but I was going to do a battle rap against Turnips today. I'm canceling that.
Okay,
Turnips.
yeah.
This is
That's
priority.
off the, yeah, this is
priority
it.
1.
You gotta be my
Miyagi.
Yeah.
You're Mick from Rocky.
Yeah, that's basically it.
I would be honored, and we have to destroy your kid.
No, I agree. I can't have this. It was and I was really trying my best.
And I want to train you not to only make it close, but I want you to beat him 4-0.
I want complete destruction. Yeah.
Get the brooms out, Cannon. We're about to sweep.
Complete destruction. So if anybody's got any tips or techniques on Connect 4, I'm taking them.
You stay focused.
Just
with
you?
Me.
That's
stay
it?
focused with me.
What
baby.
if you and I play?
Research.
What if you and I play a game and I crush you, and then I keep crushing you, and then I am actually better at Connect 4 than you?
Do me a favor.
Yeah.
Come back from La La Land.
All right. I just want to see. I think you and I need to play a couple games first.
Yes, you do. And
Before I start taking advice from this guy, I don't even know that he's better than I am.
So everybody can see where everybody's skill set is.
I'd like for you to play Cannon. I think Cannon might beat you.
I'm real hungry for a win, my friend.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. You can come over and join in the Connect 4.
If Cannon beats you, will you shut up?
I will say a Cannon loss will put me into a tailspin.
It put me into one yesterday. I really was taking this hard. I was like going,
well, you should.
Can't believe it.
Maybe there's new techniques these young whippersnappers are using. You old dogs don't know.
He was spinning me around like, how'd you do that?
Let me just tell you something about the diamond technique. We'll get into that during practice.
Okay. All right. I need some new techniques because my Connect 4 skills are weak.
KVJ not only does a radio show, but also does an after the show podcast. Watch or listen on kvjshow.com.
Well, not to stress Virginia out, but a lot of people are texting in the numbers about what's going on in New Orleans. I know your sister Maggie is there, and you've been talking about her stories. I think that's what's been adding to a lot of your anxieties, just hearing from your sister and what she's saying about it.
I mean, you're getting frontline information.
Yes. So she's an ICU nurse, and all of her patients in the ICU have coronavirus, and they're the worst of the worst. But that's the ICU all the time. Mm-hmm. So she's like, look, that's just the ICU. So she doesn't want to freak me out, but, she had 3 patients die basically on her watch. That's freaking me out.
Did you hear Virginia during that song? I know you had your headphones in, but she says, well, Panda's mad at me because I won't stop watching the news, and he wants me to stop watching the news, and I can't stop watching the news. Stop watching the news.
Yeah.
He keeps telling me you got to turn it off, but I can't.
Yeah.
And certain networks, Virginia, I'm sorry, they are, I get you have to report the bad stuff, but they really are throwing the doom and gloom in your face. You got to be careful what you're putting in your brain. Mm-hmm. Be safe, but don't be, obsessive.
Well, somebody pointed out, they said there are 451 cases in New Orleans right now due to Mardi Gras.
Right.
And they said, has Virginia been tested? But it's been more than 2 weeks since.
Oh, yeah. Mardi.
Yeah.
I've been home for a lot longer than 2 weeks.
Right.
You should still be tested for something being at Mardi Gras.
Yeah, surprisingly. I mean, guys, when I think about how stupid I was at Mardi Gras, I was playing Flip Cup with a bunch of college kids that I didn't know.
Mama, listen.
Like, how stupid was that?
Stop being so hard on yourself.
I know.
Yeah.
We're in the now. Get some water in you.
You're right.
It's going to be okay.
You're right.
It's going to be okay.
Yeah. So that voice of optimism over there.
We got to keep our girl. Well, I'm doing it for my own personal sanity. I'm being very selfish. I want to keep Virginia calm. I can't do it, Kevin.
We asked the question over the weekend, Because maybe a lot of you might have gotten a notice that, your gym's like, hey, we're going to be closing down for the next couple of weeks. And you're like going, wait, I have a gym?
Yeah, I know that move.
Yeah, so we asked who has gone the longest without using their gym membership?
I signed up in 2004. Okay?
That's impressive.
So I signed up in 2004,
Yeah.
and then last year, at the end of the year in 2019, I called my gym. Did not know I still had a membership and said, hey, I'd like to sign up for your gym. They go, what's your name? I said, Jason Pennington. They looked in the computer. They go, sir, you've been signed up since 2004 with the VIP membership. I'm like, what? So much money. What's the math on that? 2004 to 2019, I haven't gone once.
15 years as a VIP.
Monthly pay?
No show.
Oh
That
my gosh.
sounds expensive.
I
yeah.
lost thousands of dollars in decades, Virginia. But I signed up. I called to sign up. Like, you're there.
Yeah, I figured you'd be our winner. The next closest was D. She said 12 years.
I got you beat, D.
Yeah, you've got Christina at 7 years on there, but you are far and out our winner. Congratulations.
Thank you. Good news. I got a VIP, Virginia.
Congratulations.
Yes.
I don't even know what that means.
Right, what do you get with that?
You must not be that important. I mean, VIP, very important person. If you were that important, they would have corresponded with you in 15 years. You didn't even know you were a member.
They don't want to alert them. Honestly, gyms will do it. They don't want to alert the fact that you have a membership and be going, oh, that's right, I got a gym membership.
I got to cancel that.
And in their defense, I have moved a lot like a drifter. I've been around to a lot of places in 15 years.
I've been a lot of places. So there you go. If you're wondering who won that competition, it's Jaybird.
Yay.
Got a few celebrity birthdays going on here this fine Monday, March 23rd to let you know about. Big old birthday shout out goes to Perez Hilton, turning 42 today, and Carrie Russell is 44. She was Felicity back in the day. She's done The Americans, and I think recently, wasn't she in a Star Wars movie? At least she was in the last one, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So she's been doing a lot of stuff here. So happy birthday to all of them. Other birthdays we got going on here. Got to say what up to Logan, turning 12, from Candace and Carlos. Happy birthday there, Logan. I think he plays on my son's baseball team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What position does he play?
Typically plays third base.
Okay. Now, does he hit his cutoff man?
Yeah, he does a good job of that.
I'm sorry, does he receive the ball?
Yeah, I was going to say,
Gotcha.
he's third base.
All right, I hear
Would you say he's a better or worse player than your child?
Good question. Good
I don't know. To tell you honestly, I've missed a few
create
games.
some drama.
Yeah, who's the better player, Kevin?
I missed a few games, so I don't know if I can get that report. Absentee dad doesn't really know.
All right, cats in the cradle.
Yeah. Also, Emily, she's turning 11. That is from Mommy, Daddy, and Mackenzie. Corey sent that in. Also, happy Dirty 30 to my husband, Matt. Love you. Chloe, Carson, and the best wife ever, Jessica. That's the Zamboni fam.
Oh.
Yeah, married them on a Zamboni at the BB&T Center. How
Then they
cool
got
is
rid
that?
of that Zamboni. Now we can't do it anymore.
Well, it was just so full of love, they had to retire, Virginia.
They got rid of the Zamboni? That's baloney.
Yeah. They now call it work-ins, not workouts. So clever, huh? That's apparently what a lot of people are doing now, trying to stay physically fit.
Work ins.
Yes, work-ins, trying to figure out how to stay in shape just doing stuff around your house. There are a lot of gyms that are actually doing virtual exercise classes that you might have seen online. I thought this was crazy. Peloton stock rose 28% last week.
Wow.
Because people are getting those bikes because that's a virtual exercise.
Some
Plays right
businesses
into it.
are going to boom, and Peloton is going to boom.
It is kind of interesting. Yeah, you're right. There are some businesses that are actually doing fantastic, and they are one of them. So a lot of people are doing, all these kind of like little home fitness kind of things, and there are a lot of ideas just going online. You can do it. I did see, and this is kind of neat, there were some trainers that were out there trying to do classes, and obviously for them, if, their gyms are closed and their clients are canceling, it's hard for them to make. I mean, that's their livelihood.
Sure.
So some of them are doing classes, and it's like, hey, if you do this, just kind of hashtag be cool and Venmo me like $5 or $10 or whatever it might be. So, they can maybe get more people. hopefully
That's
that
what my
works.
girlfriend's doing. She's a trainer. She came in here for your best buns thing. She is doing videos online and sharing them with all of her clients. I mean, you got to do something.
Vanessa?
Right? Yep, Vanessa. She's trying to do something.
You got to. That's just it. There are a lot of people who are trying to do that.
You gotta adjust and maybe figure out a new way to think and force yourself to be creative if you can. Some jobs you just can't. And you have to just say, this thing is going to be just putting me on the shelf for a couple of months. But if you can adapt, then you should try.
Yeah. I'm just kind of curious. I'd like to later on in the show talk about people's side hustles. If you got something that is working that you're doing on the side, you'd be like going, you know what, oddly enough, I'm making a good bit of money doing this. There's people that, hey, when you get into a situation like this, you got to be creative.
Right.
You got to be like, okay, I got to do something.
Well, I saw somebody posted up on Facebook. Their boss is a chemist.
Okay.
And so he started, he's got like all the degrees and stuff. And so he started making his own hand sanitizer. Now, are you allowed to sell that? Because that'd be a great side hustle right now.
I don't know why not.
Is hand sanitizer, does the FDA have to sign off on it, or can you make it if you're a chemist and then sell it?
It's a good question because it's that. I mean, you can make lemonade and sell that.
Right.
So I don't know. Why could you not make hand sanitizer?
There's a lot of shady people, though, right now online that are selling things that are in demand, and then you pay for it and you order it and it never shows up. So really be careful right now if you want to buy stuff online from people. Only buy from reputable places that you know the seller.
Well,
don't buy from random people that just posted an ad on Instagram.
I'm not sure I trust people making homemade sanitizer. I'm sorry.
That's going to be your defense against getting coronavirus?
I told you about my brother who had it wasn't homemade lemonade, but it was a step above homemade lemonade. And he got it. He had a toenail in it. I'm just saying, be careful what you're getting.
I definitely don't want a toenail in my hand sanitizer.
Or your lemonade.
Somebody said there's a guy in Lake Worth that sells old fitness equipment from gyms, and he said he made $33,000 in one day on Saturday because people are buying stuff for home gyms. Wow. I know my buddy Carlos that has Busybody Gyms to Go.
He said he's killing it right now.
He said that, yeah, he can't even keep up.
And it's going to be that way. You're going to see businesses. It's feast or famine. You're either going to be able to make a lot of money right now or nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. So if you've got a little side hustle, don't mind sharing. Let us know.
I'm going to be doing a little cam girling a little bit just to see what I can get.
That actually is one of the things they said that a lot of people are doing cam girl stuff and they're making some money.
I'm a cam girl. I'm a mukbang the hell out of it.
I would pay you. I would Venmo you $10 for that.
Yeah, I mean, it's really not about money. It's about spreading.
Spreading?
Just spreading.
Spreading.
Well, she is a cam girl.
Mm-hmm. Well, people trying to keep the weight off. It's tough when you're confined to your house. You got to be more creative with your workouts. You got to be more disciplined. It's tough to do. And you got food, snacks, all kinds of stuff just laying around. And when boredom kicks in, you got nothing else going on. You ever done that where you eat and like maybe an hour later, like maybe I'll get a snack. You're going, gosh, I just ate an hour ago. What am I doing?
You're just eating because you're bored.
Yeah, I know. It's tough to stay away from it.
It is.
And this doesn't make it easier either with the March Fatness snack bracket we got going on here.
It does. I want to thank everybody who has my number now. Your opinions are very appreciated. I love them. I think they're great. Even though the people that are coming down on me for saying I did this whole thing wrong, I appreciate those comments.
How did you do it wrong? Seems pretty thorough.
The one constant criticism I'm getting is that you've got donuts, you've got candy bars, and then all of a sudden you've got things like a Hot Pocket or a Tostino's hot pizza roll.
A pizza roll, huh?
They're saying those are more meals than snacks. And
okay.
I hear you.
Okay.
I will try to do better next year.
Okay. All right.
Much to
Means
learn.
we got to do it next year?
I'm still learning.
Okay. Well, here's what we got. The matchups right now, the sweet and salty 16. Just 16 snacks are left in Jaybird's bracket. And we have got Cheetos beating Hostess chocolate cupcakes.
Cheetos are so strong.
They are.
You got Snickers whooping up on Nutter Butter cookies.
No one's surprised.
You got Nacho Doritos whooping up on Hot Pockets.
It is a Final Four pick.
You got Twix whooping up on Cheez-Its.
I'm glad to see it.
Yeah, Cheez-Its didn't deserve it. They taste chemically.
Get them out of the tournament, please. I didn't want to put Cheez-Its in there. Another criticism I'm getting.
Bagel Bites have twice as many votes as Funyuns.
Yeah, and if Bagel Bites was to win the tournament, this would be littered with asterisks.
It would, huh?
Well, because it's a meal, some are saying in the press.
Oh, Bagel Bites.
The media is killing me on this.
Oh, I bet, yeah. Well, they got nothing else to report. You got Reese's Peanut Butter Cups is whooping up on Tostino's Pizza Rolls.
Final four.
You've also got Little Debbie Swiss Cake Rolls is beating Sour Cream Pringles. And then your Oreo cookies beating peanut M&Ms.
I got to give a shout out to Oreo cookies. I had some double stuffed over the weekend. They're in the zone right now. I never used to love Oreos. I feel like they've worked on their recipe. Oreos, you're doing great stuff.
Maybe they did go back to their original. Because remember, there was a time where we were like, I don't think we like Oreos. They taste different.
Yes.
And now they've kind of gone back to whatever. They tasted great.
Double stuffed Oreos. I'm telling you, I did the work this weekend. I had a half of two sleeves. I had two.
Well, you're a man of science.
Yeah.
Do you like all the different flavors they're doing?
No, I don't.
Okay, still
I
not
like
into
some. I like the peanut butter's good.
Okay.
But when you start getting to things like strawberry, Oreo.
Yeah. Not feeling it? Not working for you? Okay. What did you do this weekend that was awesome and fun? I did Connect 4. I thought it was great. Had a really good time. A lot of people were posting up on social media what they were doing, trying to give people ideas on, hey, what we're doing. Hashtag quarantine life. One of the top trenders over the weekend.
I was building little sets for my figures. Gonna do a whole big toy art photo shoot, Virginia. If you want to come over and help me, I need a lighting person.
You need a lighting guy.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of people were doing that. Apparently, fort building was one of the big things going on this weekend. I saw several people were doing that. Somebody texted in, said they're doing it. I think I saw some celebrity was in their big palatial estate building forts with their kids.
That's fun.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. A lot of virtual game night was going on. There were people that still were playing games, and even like cocktail parties and things like that were going on that people were doing where, you might be quarantined in your place, but you could still, link up.
Virtually connect with friends.
Right, virtual
and
cocktail parties.
See everybody, but you're not like in the same room together. I love it.
Yeah, they said people were popping up on Zoom, Google Hangouts, Facebook Live, FaceTime. And I hadn't even really heard of Zoom before. It really was kind of like a business platform. I think schools would use it. But now it's kind of like the new platform for virtual cocktail parties. So if you want to do one on Friday, you could get on the platform Zoom. Suzanne Summers was doing a Facebook Live happy hour from her home bar.
Well, Jason Pennington's going to do one today if you guys want to come on over.
Today on Monday, huh?
Dude, at this point, Monday's the Friday.
Margarita Monday.
There's no such thing
Tequila Tuesday.
Well, there's no such thing as Mondays right now. It's just days. I'm sorry. It's not like a normal Monday.
Hangover Wednesday, rehab Thursday.
So during this period, we have a pass to drink on any day. It's not just a weekend thing anymore.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's not just a Monday. We can't act like it's a normal Monday because it's not.
Yeah. Is there anything that is happening during the whole coronavirus new lifestyle thing that we're living through that you think should remain even when we get past this period? Because the one thing that I kind of liked here in Florida, where you can now go to a restaurant and you can take booze out, where you never were able to do that before. And I saw I think it was Kapow that was doing this, where they had little pouches and they were mixing up cocktails for you.
Oh.
And it was like a cocktail pouch. So if they had a drink that you loved, you go in there and with your food, you could get a to-go order, a cocktail pouch. If you want to get, I think they're doing like Moscow Mules or something like that.
Yeah.
All mixed up cocktails and ready to go. And that's something that you normally can't do. But Governor DeSantis was like, yeah, I mean, this is already, crushing the restaurants enough that he said, okay, we'll go on ahead and waive the restrictions on to-go alcohol sales so restaurants can now deliver alcohol with meals.
Wow.
I think that should stay, right?
Yeah.
No, it's a good move.
I know some of the places that I like Evo and Tequesta, they're doing like family style takeout, and they're throwing in like a bottle of wine. You can get wine to go with your meal too, and that never used to be a thing before, right?
Mm-hmm. One of the things I've liked is the delivery waiving their service fee. Can we keep that?
Amen.
Yeah, this is going too. Movies should keep coming on demand right away. I'm wondering if that might not change because, they are dropping movies. They had done Frozen 2 a lot faster, and there's also some other flicks that they're talking about are going to be dropping pretty quick.
Well, let's say the big movie comes out and you offer it in the theater and you also offer it online where you can get it right away at your house. How many people choose to keep going to the theater versus, watching at your house?
And they've always done it that way because they forced people to go to the theater. That's, by not offering it at home, they made people do that.
Well, if most people want to stay home and watch it, does that just kind of show you where the market's at, what people really want?
To me, I say give the people what they want. You're still going to make money off of it, correct?
Right. You just have to adapt and figure out this new horizon.
Now, this is terrible for theater chains.
Yes.
They're like going, what are we going to do?
They're not going to make any money. They're going to lose their job.
And that might be something that just gets phased out with all this. Disney's Onward is going to be coming to home digital on Friday, and Sonic the Hedgehog is going to be following next Tuesday. So especially the kids stuff, because we all know our kids are driving us crazy. So we're trying to figure out stuff to do. So they're trying to pump that stuff out a little bit faster. Thought this was kind of cool with all the various Disney parks closed. There's a family in Utah that recreated the Pirates of the Caribbean ride in their house. And they had kind of like a sled. They're pushing the kids around. And they had drunk pirates sitting on the counter in the kitchen. They dimmed the lights and kind of did that.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool.
And creative.
Yeah. So, there's a lot of people that are doing stuff like that. So if there's anything you got idea-wise, maybe somebody will be like, okay, we didn't do that this weekend, but maybe we can do that next week. You can let us know here. 877-979-9763 at the KVJ Show. Let me see. Somebody said, the Pixar movie Onward just came out 2 weeks ago, and now it's on demand already. Yeah, I saw that. I think I saw it this weekend. I did look at it because I was like, oh, maybe I can watch it. But they're doing that. You can only buy it, at least on my platform. It was $20.
Oh, you can't do that.
Because I was going, hey, Candy, you want to watch? He's like, yeah, Dad. I'm like, no, nothing. What'd you say, Dad? You want to watch something?
$20 is a lot.
So I think what they do, they have it available to buy for 2 weeks, and then after 2 weeks, it's able to rent. Because I've noticed the trend on that.
It's going quicker.
No, I think always when they release the movies, when on your demand stuff, I think for the first 2 weeks,
they want you to buy it.
Just to buy it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But they should make it cheaper. Come on, $20 is too much.
Well, you own it at that point.
Yeah. Which means you can watch it again anytime you want, but I don't ever really watch movies again.
Rocco, if he gets
Kids
a
movies
movie
to do,
he likes, he wants to watch it 15 times.
You gotta buy that one. Don't rent because you're renting it usually for $5.99, and you buy it for $21. So you're like, all right, should I buy it if I'm gonna watch it more than once?
Mm-hmm.
I think you should buy it for $5.99. Come on.
Well, yeah, that's not gonna happen.
I think $1.
They need to cut us some slack.
And I want free grilled cheese, but we're not living in that world, Mama.
All alcohol should be free.
Yes. Oh my God. Are you in my brain?
I wish I was 6'10". There's a lot of things I want. It's
6'10" is too big.
I want it. I need it.
It's too big.
No, I like it.
Did you watch anything good over the weekend? What did you see?
Let me see. I watched some murder specials.
Okay.
Didn't sleep well Saturday night. I did. I watched the movie that you recommended. I watched the Dustin Hoffman movie, Outbreak.
Outbreak. Okay.
Yeah. I watched the first 20 minutes, fell asleep, and I was going to watch it the next day.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet Denny's ruined the entire ending for me.
Oh, he told you what happened?
Why?
Yeah, can you just tell? I told him I'm watching it, and then he explains what happens. I'm like, son of a biscuit. And then he ruined Inception for me.
Denny.
And he also ruined the ending of Breaking Bad for me.
Ruiner.
But within the course of 3 hours, I'm like, dude.
Denny's. What are you doing? All we have right now is TV and movies.
He doesn't do it on purpose. He cannot help himself.
He gets all excited and starts telling you about it.
I know, and Denny's gets excited a lot.
Yes, he does. All right, coming up here in just a bit, something you might want to check out. There is actually a list of the best contemporary shows no one is watching. If you're trying to add more things to your queue list, got that for you as well.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
Sure, a lot of people over the weekend were just flying through their queue lists on Netflix and other things you got on your DVR. If you're looking for some things to add, Ranker had done a list of the best contemporary shows that nobody is watching. How they know, I don't know, but I guess these are the most underrated shows according to them, and people are going on there saying, yeah, it was a really good show. Why are people not into that? I've actually got this on my queue list on Netflix, Peaky Blinders. they say is number one on their list. That's number one right now on the BBC. I think it's kind of like an Irish gangster show is what that's all about, if you like that. Vikings on History, Lucifer on Fox and Netflix.
Oh, I've heard about Lucifer. Okay, so Lucifer has this actress that is so hot. Inbar Lavi is her name, and she is smoking hot.
Okay.
She was on that show Imposters that I loved on Bravo. That's another one to binge, Imposters. She is smoking hot.
Smoking hot, huh?
Okay.
Yeah, you'd like her. Inbar Lavi.
Inbar
right.
Lavi.
Yeah.
I got time.
Get you some.
Some of the other shows we recommended is Outlander on Stars, Preacher on AMC, Taboo on the BBC, Mindhunter on Netflix, The Magicians on Sci-Fi, The 100 on the CW, and Altered Carbon on Netflix. I know it's a new one. I got that on my queue list too.
Mindhunter's going to mess with your mind a little bit.
It will.
Yes. It's very good, but it's very dark.
So maybe that's something that...
I'm looking for a comedy right now.
You would not do well with Mindhunter.
I would not do well with anything dark right now.
You would not do well with that.
Well, it's time to do some call them outs, and this is probably a good time to do them. The good and the bad, too. This is just kind of like all about social awareness is the reason why we do call them outs, and we could definitely use some social awareness with all the stuff that was going on over the weekend. I know there were a lot of people that could not believe yesterday as they were looking on social media and just how many people were out partying on boats. And as I was kind of like watching it yesterday, it's kind of interesting because I saw that even some mayors of local municipalities were calling the governor because they don't have control over the waterways. That's state run. And like, going, dude, would you shut it down?
Shut it down because people are at the sandbar.
Yeah.
And they're all, like, those pictures you showed me of like 30 people on a boat. I mean, come on, guys.
Well, if you look at Twitter right now in the Miami Trends section, #1 trending is hashtag shut down Florida.
I think it needs to happen because people just aren't going to police themselves. And it's sad because there's a lot of responsible boaters that were out this past week and they were practicing distancing. And it was just them and their family on their boat. And this was how they were having their release and being able to, get over staying in the house all day, every day. But now the crazy people have ruined it for the responsible boaters.
As I was watching this weekend and saw, I'm like going, they are going to ruin it for everybody. I'm like, they are going to shut down just anything that's not commercial boating. Recreational boating is going to go bye-bye. And sure enough, by the end of the weekend, they were like, nope, no more recreational boating because of boats like Deranged.
Yeah, thanks, Deranged.
Yeah. Here's some of the people from the news. This is a young, probably early 20s gentleman talking about why he was out and enjoying the sandbars and partying hard.
I mean, just look at the weather outside right now. It's beautiful out. I'm a young, healthy individual. I wash my hands daily, so I'm not worried about it. I feel great. I'm trying just not to let it affect my my spring break. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, and I don't feel like I'm being out there putting people in harm's way by just being on the water, having a good time with my friends.
Okay. All right. So that was his take on it. Then the story came out that there were 5 students from University of Tampa that during spring break got coronavirus. So that's why people are like, well, I don't know, man.
But it's spring break!
I know you're young. I know you feel healthy and feel good.
I know, I get it. The problem, too, is, a lot of these spring breakers hanging out, partying. In a week or two, they have to go back home to their parents.
Sure, yeah.
Who may be in their 50s or 60s or maybe even older. And then you're going to go back and you're going to give it to somebody who's going to die from it.
Well, I mean, unfortunately, you have to make it mandatory for people not to go out if you're going to expect people to do this.
No one can
If
hashtag be cool.
You're never. You're 30% of the population is always going to just do it wrong.
Yeah, you
Those
have
are
30. It's the douche number.
Well, since the beginning of humanity, that's just the way it is.
So there's a lot of people want to call out, a lot of people saying, hey, we were doing it right. We were going out enjoying the beautiful weather. We were boating. We were going to parks. And we were maintaining social distancing. And then just a lot of people weren't doing it right. So they said, okay, well, we can't risk it. So we're going to shut it all down. In fact, this is a call them out, BS, that all Florida state parks to close Monday to combat COVID-19. So, yeah, that's another thing that is getting shut down. There's a lot of people saying, I was going out doing nature walks and things like that, enjoying the parks. That was the one thing they encouraged us to do, and now they're going to shut them down. That's BS, man.
I was talking to Chelsea from the country station just a minute ago, and she was telling me that she knew somebody whose neighbor had a rager over the weekend. At least 50 people at their house having a party.
Yeah, that's just it.
I was like, what?
But was it at least a good rager? Because if it was a crappy party and they're spreading the coronas,
it sounded like it was a great party.
Okay, at least that's the good.
If there was no corona, I would have loved to have been there. But come on, people, you got to do this right. We can't mess this up.
But you're shouting to the air.
I know.
They're not going to listen.
You are right.
Some other column outs that people have sent us. This one actually, somebody's like, "Oh, did you see this? This is on Nextdoor." Do people know that we're under the pandemic? The pool at City side is packed with people on top of each other.
Oh, no.
I understand that they obviously don't care about other people, but they don't care about themselves or their kids. Correct me if I'm wrong, but other communities have pools closed and lots of people are out of jobs, and these nut jobs just plain don't care. This will never end with these kind of careless behaviors.
Look, I don't need coronavirus for a public pool that's crowded to gross me out. I mean, they should shut that down anyway.
And just so you know, every single one of those kids is peeing in the pool.
Everyone, if you're lucky.
All the kids and half the adults.
You're lucky if all people are doing are peeing in the pool.
Another column out, this was texted in to us. I'm a commercial pool operator. My husband and I take care of over 30 commercial pools in Boca Raton, HOAs, and condos. They just shut down the main country club pool on Friday due to the virus, but now they're going to the smaller pools within their own community. These pools can and should be shut down per the health department. The health department inspects these pools every 6 months, and each community has to pay a permit every year to Palm Beach. But what a lot of people weren't thinking is everything from handrails and things like that on the pools people were using, and there were people from everywhere. New York, New Jersey, Canada, Europe were all using these pools. So, yeah, that's just kind of a heads up on that. So it looks like some communities are closing the pools down as well.
Yeah, mine's been shut down. Mine's been shut down for a week.
Yep. Steve sent this in. He said, why can't people understand the 6-foot rule? We still have people in stores that walk right up on you and reach around you to get something, even though you have to stand 6 feet apart in line. What is it people don't get? I think these are the same people at the airport that walk right up in front of you when waiting on luggage.
Well, the 6 feet rule is kind of silly. If you go to the grocery store and you're giving money to the clerk, y'all, that's way closer than 6 feet. I mean, everyone's going to the store. If I'm giving you money, Virginia, look how close we are.
I know. Maybe use your debit card as a favor to all these clerks. Don't hand them cash if you can help it.
I mean, I'm just saying.
I know. I hear you. Look, we're trying to learn as we go, and I'll be the first to say we don't know what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
It's scary.
It's just interesting, all the weird looks you get from people, because everyone is set differently on this, that you may do something and then the reaction you get from somebody is like, huh?
Well, my sister told me if I'm going out to wear a mask. So I said, okay. And I found these masks in my house. I just so happened to have them from when Uncle Bill was here doing work where he was going to be sanding stuff and he didn't want to breathe in sawdust.
Yeah.
So he has the actual N95 masks that you need. My sister said, you have to wear those when you go out. So I said, okay. So I wore it out to Publix and people were giving me dirty looks. Like, I think they think I'm sick and I'm wearing the mask. And I'm like, no. I'm protecting myself from you. I'm not sick.
Are you sure?
But then I read today online somewhere, they said, if you're well, don't wear the masks out.
Are you positive people are giving you dirty looks because you said something ridiculous on the air? Is that possible?
The great thing about the mask is it hides your face, too. No one knows it's you.
Mama, you can't hide that voice.
Let me see. Somebody said, I want to call out the lady in Pembroke Pines on Nextdoor. She was complaining about the grass in her neighborhood dying because the sprinklers aren't working. People are dying from a pandemic, and she's worried about BS dying grass. Okay.
Oh, yeah. The stuff that people are complaining about on social media and the immediate clapback people are giving them.
How many more blades need to die?
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Somebody would call out the delivery. They got the wrong order, and they said, it was just if things weren't going bad enough. Jaybird, what do you do when a restaurant gets your order wrong completely? Michaela wants to know.
Well, you probably do what I do, and you scream at your wall for a good 8 minutes.
And then you just eat it anyway.
Well, it depends on what you have. When you do delivery service, when there's a third-party person involved, good friggin' luck. Because what happens is they point the fingers at each other. It was the delivery person. Now it was the restaurant. I just want my food. Why? Oh, I'm just going to eat an Uncrustable.
Oh, yeah, doing a few column outs here today. There are a lot of people getting a little bit frustrated with what they saw over the weekend. And yes, there were some people doing the boating thing. And then now they shut down all the boating. So that's pretty much it, unless you're a commercial fisherman.
I've got a good column out for you.
Okay.
So over the weekend, there was a little girl at the Jupiter Medical Center, a 3-year-old little girl. And bless her heart, she was refusing all food and drink until they gave her this giving juice. It's a juice that's made here locally. My friends make it. They gave it to her. She loved it. It's all she would drink.
Okay.
But they ran out. They didn't have any more. So I called the owners of Giving Juice, and they donated a whole case to this little sick girl who's 3 years old.
Oh, that's
Not with the
fantastic.
coronavirus. She had other issues and illnesses, but people stepping up and just giving.
Oh, that is all. Yeah, see, there's a lot of positive things that I want to get to here in just a second from, people doing stuff exactly like that. That's really cool. So there are a lot of positives to talk about, and we'll get to those in just a second here. This is a kind of a fitting term. There's some new things that are coming out of this. You've heard flatten the curves, and you heard the new normals, and you've heard all that kind of stuff. But I like this term. It's called a Kvidiot. Now, there are two different breakdowns of the definition here. This is a stupid person who stubbornly ignores social distancing protocol, thus helping to further spread the COVID-19. Or it's a stupid person who hoards groceries, needlessly spreading COVID-19 fears and depriving others of vital supplies.
I mean, I'm not even kidding you. I went to 4 different grocery stores. Nobody has toilet paper still.
I'll bring you some.
It's all gone.
I know.
My dad is going through the same thing. Sweet Denny's, his butt.
You can wipe with Kleenex, don't forget.
I hear you.
You can?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kleenex are actually softer than some toilet paper.
Can you flush that?
Again, too, the whole
Yes, you can flush Kleenex.
push the finger through, like you were talking about.
Punch through, yeah. That's why I would never use
on
it.
a Kleenex, Virginia.
Do you have Kleenex? Do you know? They're pretty strong.
Kleenex are not that strong.
No.
Thank
not
you,
mine.
Kevin.
Mine are.
Maybe you just have a weak butt.
This would be a definition of a Kvidiot. Here's somebody that actually was caught on a viral video that was trying to buy out a store's entire stock of toilet paper, and there was a confrontation, of course.
Hi. Look at this wonderful woman who just told me to go F myself and mind my own effing business, who just bought the entire store of paper towels, toilet paper. Oh, it's gonna go viral. Too bad I didn't get her when she was freaking out and yelling at me.
Why didn't you video inside the store? They sold it to me.
Yeah, I see that. This is what we get. What street corner should I go to buy it from you?
The one you were hooking her on.
Oh, the one I'm the hooker on.
That's a good comeback.
People are getting crazy out there.
They are.
Mm-hmm. Somebody said if you go to Dollar Tree or Dollar General, they have TP. And the Walmart on Belvedere Military has plenty of TP. I was there last night.
Keep hearing these tales, Kevin. You get there and it's gone.
And people are texting and saying Kleenex are not flushable.
Are you sure?
I don't know, Virginia. A lot of people yelling. They're saying no.
A lot of people are talking.
Well, I've been doing it wrong because I flush Kleenex sometimes.
You do? Okay. There's a guy in Milwaukee that launched a GoFundMe for his birthday to raise money for local restaurants, and in the first 18 hours, he got over $16,000.
Nice.
Yeah, that's some really cool stuff that people are doing all over the place. And they say thousands of people in New York have signed up to foster animals so they don't have to sit in shelters during the crisis.
Aw, that's adorable.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool as well. So there is still a lot of positive things that are happening out there. Somebody did say, yes, as far as Virginia and the Kleenex, it will cause problems with the septic system. It'll back it up. Not sure about the sewer. So some people are saying that. And somebody said, please tell Virginia to please check her facts before she speaks. It's really annoying.
Yes,
on the
it
news
is.
this morning was a plumber stating that his business has doubled because of people flushing the wrong items down the toilet, like paper towels, Kleenex wipes. None of these are going to break down in the pipe the way toilet paper does.
It's great text. In fact, we welcome more of Virginia's wrong text.
I've been flushing Kleenex for a long time.
In fact, you want to get that trending? Hashtag Virginia's wrong.
It's taken off. Along with Kvidiot, a couple other terms that are out there. There's coronacopia. That's the growing volume of people and places that can give you the coronavirus. Handshakes, desk surfaces, door handles, sneezes. Somebody also said there's another term, coronapocalypse. It's the end of the world via coronavirus. I've been seeing that even Michael Stipe from REM has been resurfacing because of It's the End of the World as We Know It has been getting on a lot of playlists. And there's a slang term for coronavirus. It's not the corones. People are using the Rona.
No, we're doing corones. We're going to be original.
Okay.
We ain't no sheep.
Yeah, that's just what people are using out there. Well, we've already had our coronavirus playlist. We've already played lots of coronavirus-themed songs, and now here is another one. If you're one of those people struggling trying to find TP, we've got viral videos from here in Florida where people are buying out all the TP and they're putting it on film and they're fighting. Somebody said, yeah, I just heard you, and I went to the Walmart on Belvedere Military, and now there's no toilet paper there.
Oh.
Yeah, people can't find it.
Virginia, I went to 5 different stores this weekend. Nobody had toilet paper, and brother is running low, alarmingly low.
Like low enough to start using a sock?
No, but we gotta have some conversations.
You can make like a little poo mitt on your hand, put the sock over your hand, make a little poo mitt, and you can rinse it out and reuse it.
It's funny you say that, because those are some of the things mentioned in my song.
Lots of ideas here if you're going through the TP struggles.
Knock, knock, had to duck walk over to my neighbors. I was pooping, didn't realize I had no more toilet paper. My neighbors didn't have any rolls for me, so I took my stinky butt down to the grocery. When I walked in, what did I see? People fighting over the last bowl of TP. All I wanna do is poop in peace and sit on my toilet and get some relief. Because it really sucks when you can't properly clean your butt. I'm thinking about using my dad's t-shirt. Sorry, Dad, but I got a case of Hershey Squirt. I tell you, it really sucks when you can't properly clean your butt. Gotta clean your butt. Went back to my house, what could I use? I found an old pair of my brother's Reebok shoes. But I think my brother's shoes might be too big. I'd be better off wiping with my grandma's wig. And if that don't work, I'll use a pizza box. And if that don't work, I'll use my sister's socks. I'm a desperate man, these are desperate times. I even had to use an oven mitt to clean my behind. Because it really sucks when you can't properly clean your butt. All I can find is a book of stamps. It's an emergency, cause I got poopy cramps. I tell you, it really sucks when you can't properly clean your butt. Gotta clean your butt.
Yeah, you do. Okay, there you go. Anybody's going through the struggle trying to find TP, it's tough.
It's all with that oven mitt.
The oven mitt.
We had somebody on our show last week admit that they were hijacking the TP out of the radio station building.
Yeah, it'd be me.
Yeah. They actually arrested a hotel cleaner in Orlando.
What?
Yeah, he was stealing 66 rolls of toilet paper from a Marriott that he was cleaning, and he got charged with theft.
Oh.
And apparently, if you steal it from a public lodging establishment, it's a felony, even though the 66 rolls of toilet paper were valued at 99 cents each. Dude's getting a felony for that.
Dang.
Wow. Okay, so they are not playing. All right, well, here you go. This is a fun little game that if you're looking for some fun things to do and people are trying to get creative with their hashtag quarantine life, you play a little round of Think Fast.
Oh, yeah.
Very simple thing to do.
Some of us will be playing Stink Fast.
Yes.
Because our butts aren't clean, Virginia.
I get it.
All right.
It just wasn't funny.
All right, Denny's is in here, and we got Virginia, Jaybird, and Denny's. We're going to see who's got their mind on point the most. All right, I got a topic here. You just tell me first thing to come to your mind. If it makes sense, you get a point here in this round. Time, obviously, is important, too. The first person in, Suit's going to help me judge this. All right, first round here. Think fast. All right, name something that's bad for the economy that starts with the letter Q.
Qbert.
Quarantine.
Oh, Denny's Qbert.
I thought you were going to say Qbert there. The video game?
Qbert, by the way, was my cut.
Oh, yeah.
I loved Qbert.
I don't know if it's bad for the economy or not.
All right, how about this? A European country that starts with the letter L.
London. London's
Luxembourg.
not.
Denny.
Lithuania.
Luxembourg.
Lithuania.
Hey, everybody. Christopher Columbus over here.
Wow. Denny's up to a quick 2-zip lead here in Think
Look
Fast.
at you, Denny's.
Take a dive, Denny's.
All right, something you need when you have a cold that starts with the letter T.
TP, toilet paper.
Tylenol.
He did get toilet paper in there.
When you have a cold.
You need toilet paper when you have a cold.
I just say Tylenol.
You got to take Tylenol. You can't take toilet paper.
Wait, when you have a cold, you don't need toilet paper? Are you? You know what? I don't care. Give
Well,
it
what
to
is the symptom you get of a cold that you need TP for?
A runny nose.
A runny butt.
Tissue.
A runny nose. Toilet paper. I always blow my nose with. All right, I'm backing
Let's
off.
give it to you.
I'm backing off. I don't want it.
I think you got it.
You did, like it or not. All right, next up, think fast. A very filling food that starts with the letter B.
Bread.
Baklava.
Denny's will go with
Bread.
bread in there. Yeah.
He's quick today.
Denny's.
That quarantine.
I figured Big Mac over there would get that point.
Oh, Big Mac.
I'm still Big Mac drunk.
The hangover.
All right, Denny's, you got a 3-point lead. Virginia, you are eliminated.
Oh! Here, Denny's, I'll just give you the victory cap now.
Fly away on your broom, witch. Be gone.
Denny's needs just one more.
All right, Mijo, I'm
It's
coming
real.
for you.
It's real.
Oh, yeah. Arr.
All right. Something that comes in a can that starts with the letter P.
Peas.
Oh,
Okay.
my gosh.
That's it, bam. Goodbye. Goodbye. It's all over.
Quick.
Damn, Denny's.
I've never seen Denny's go so fast.
It's that quarantine, man. I'm left with just my thoughts.
Look how spry he is today.
Get some sleep.
This is just kind of like a new kind of Denny's that we got going on
He's
here.
got that new upper weed.
Yeah. Is
that what it is?
Purely sativa these
Did
days.
you switch?
Yeah.
Well, Virginia's not the only person in South Florida that is stressed out and has anxiety because of the coronavirus stuff that is going on. Serena Williams, also chilling in Palm Beach Gardens, is apparently a little bit worried about COVID-19 and the outbreak that's been going on. In fact, she was on TikTok sharing a couple videos, speaking honestly about her mental health struggles during this period.
I wanted to take a minute and talk about my experience with Corona. It started out with me feeling like, oh, it can't really affect me. And then suddenly Indian Wells was canceled. And I was like, oh, okay, that's weird, but I have a little time off and I'm going to enjoy that time off. That one cancellation led to another and it led to another. And then it led to all this anxiety that I'm feeling. And I'm just like, now I've been social distancing for actually a really long time, for probably like 2 weeks now, but every little thing makes me really crazy. And by anxiety, I mean like I'm just on edge. Anytime anyone sneezes around me or coughs, I get crazy and I don't hang out with anyone. So when I say anyone, I mean my daughter. She coughed and I got angry. I gave her a side eye and then I got sad. I was like, is she okay? Is there something wrong with my daughter? Like, is there anything I can do? And I just don't know what to do. So instead of being relaxed, I'm really under a ton of stress.
So if you're a little stressed, you're not alone. So she's feeling a little bit...
She blamed the coronavirus on a man. Just kidding. Just joking.
Well, the first person that had it was a dude. Just saying.
The one stat nobody knows but Virginia.
Yeah. Trace it back to Wuhan. It was a dude.
I'm just kidding. I didn't mean to listen to a sexist one.
Oh,
Totally
here we go.
just kidding.
Here we go now.
Damn men.
And you know what? It's weird because the coronavirus takes out men at a rate twice that it takes out women. Twice as many men are dying than women.
So basically, coronavirus is saying hashtag time's up.
I don't know if it planned to, but it kind of is. I don't think it was by design, but it's happening.
The virus created by either Virginia or Taylor Swift.
Yes.
Yeah, that was something that they were looking into was, okay, is this like some kind of, man-made virus that's going on here? And who knows, I was kind of like watching this too. And they apparently last week they had a study, apparently that was co-authored by researchers all over the world that proved the coronavirus evolved naturally and isn't some secret biological weapon created by Taylor Swift. So,
Well, that's good.
That's what they're saying.
See, I heard it was created by Kanye, and there's that whole feud on Twitter about it.
Kanye? No. I think it was created by Taylor to take out Kanye.
Okay, a lot of rumors out there.
That's my thought, but who knows anymore?
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
People getting all kinds of crazy because of coronavirus. There's a woman in Lady Lake, Florida, just outside of Orlando, that got arrested for assaulting her boyfriend. And when she did, she shouted, "I got the coronavirus!" And then she started intentionally coughing in the face of a paramedic who showed up to handle all the chaos.
What a mess, girl.
The paramedic said that, yes, this woman sprayed copious amounts of saliva all over my face.
Oh, my gosh.
And now this woman is facing felony charges for domestic battery and battery on a paramedic.
Good.
Year in the clink at minimum.
I agree.
Dang, huh?
Lock her up.
At minimum a year.
Make an example out of her. You can't do that. A first responder is there to help you, you idiot.
There's a Kentucky couple that became furious after employees at a grocery store wouldn't allow them to buy 23 cases of Mountain Dew.
So here's the audio, Virginia.
Oh, boy.
Straight up lie. What a liar!
He's supposed to lose his mind over
Such a liar.
some Mountain Dew. Over some Mountain Dew.
I'm telling you, you're such a liar. You just told me just now that I can go outside and come back in and get the drink. That's what you just said. But that's what you just told me. She just told me. Wow. You are so rude. I don't even say how you have a job. You lied to us.
Folks losing their minds up here for some Mountain Dew.
It's not even that good of a soda.
Look, I will defend Mountain Dew, the Mountain Dew mania, but there's no reason to buy that much Mountain Dew. How many cases? Like 28 cases?
It was 23.
I mean,
dang.
That's so much Mountain Dew. You're hoarding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so basically the video ended with the female customer tossing several cases of Mountain Dew out of the cart and back onto the register to show them.
Ay, ay, ay.
There's a guy in South Carolina got arrested after he lied about having the coronavirus to try to get a paid vacation. The 31-year-old man showed his employer a forged doctor's excuse from a VA hospital claiming that he had tested positive for the virus.
Oh my gosh, the karma. Just the karma alone.
That prompted the business to shut down its facility for several days to sanitize. Cops say the man forged the note so he could get a 2-week paid vacation. Mm-hmm. Pretty crazy.
Dummy.
There was another pretty epic fight that happened right here in South Florida. And I guess it is, again, spurred on by the coronavirus. This happened in the Lake Worth Beach City Council meeting. Commissioner Omari J. Hardy was calling out the city manager, Michael Bornstein, and Mayor Pam Triolo for shutting off people's power during the coronavirus crisis this last week. Pretty crazy stuff that happened. That apparently the city had shut off power to 52 residents that last week who were behind on their payments. And he thought it was wrong.
That's pretty messed up. I mean, think about it. People are being laid off right and left, and they're going to be struggling to pay every bill. And you shut their power off during a time like this?
Have y'all heard of any other city doing this other than Lake Worth?
I hadn't, and Lake Worth's unique because I think they own the public utilities there, and most people are FP&L, but they've got their own. And so that's why it's a unique situation where you may not see everywhere. But boy, the fight they had on camera was pretty epic.
Can we do better? There's always things that pop up that we can do better on, and I call the question.
I'm sorry, that's not how this works. We each have an opportunity to speak 5 minutes.
I thought we did.
Yeah, the question's been called.
I'm sorry.
And
that's not how calling the question works. You need a second and you need to vote on it.
Then I have a second for calling the question.
So are you telling me that you're going to keep me from talking right now?
You've talked all evening.
Look here. You're calling me disrespectful because I've interrupted people, but this gentleman has turned off people's lights in the middle of a global health pandemic. That's what that gentleman did.
Point of order.
And you think I'm disrespectful for interrupting?
Point of order.
This gentleman has
Point
had the ability to do
order.
any number of things.
Point
We
of
could have
order.
banned large gatherings. We could have closed the beach. We could have put a moratorium on
recessed the
utility
meeting.
shutoffs.
I recessed.
Also not within your power, and the attorney has held that that's true.
I recessed the meeting.
She just wants to get out of there.
You came up with new rules at the beginning of the meeting, and then you didn't even want to follow the rules that you came up with.
And you took advantage.
This is a banana republic, is what you're turning this place into with your so-called leadership.
Wow, how about that,
Dang.
huh?
It's pretty good.
Dang.
Good for you, Omari. I mean, you're standing up for people not getting their power shut off. Hello?
Now-
It kind of seems like a no-brainer.
Is Amari on the council? Is that what's going on here?
He's a commissioner.
Yeah.
Got ya. And who is he yelling at?
The city manager and the mayor.
Got ya.
Oh, yeah, he's not done either.
This man is going to have a beautiful political career, and it started right here.
Does a recess mean that we will be...
Yes.
Camera on that?
Does a recess mean I can go home?
I'm so confused.
I just want to go home.
Now at 5:35, I have to take one pill. At 5:48, I have to take another.
mean that we will be...
Yes.
Camera on that?
I don't care anything
you got a
about
camera
this.
on that?
I don't care anything about this.
Does
We
it-
should have been talking about this last week.
Can we...
We cut off people's utilities this week.
I need food.
They just want to get out of there.
Well, their
but
bedtime's at 4:30 p.m.
he is calling them out.
And made them pay what could have been their last check to us to turn their lights on in a global health pandemic. But you don't care about that and you didn't want to meet.
Yes, but I'm very thirsty.
But every other year you go around and beg people for their votes.
Can we explain
But
the
you care
recess?
more about your relationship with that guy than you care about the relationship with the people who don't go to work in this building.
Order! You were done. You were done.
Wow. She storms out.
He's actually not done.
Disrespectful is what you've done to the working people in the city.
I didn't do anything.
You failed to act.
I didn't.
When you're a leader, you failed to act. You said you didn't do anything. You failed to act.
Is anyone going to eat that pumpernickel loaf?
That's good. I gotta watch the video.
It's really good.
It's pretty good stuff. Yeah, it's pretty
I love those council fights.
It's blowing up too. His Twitter is on fire.
Oh, really?
Oh
So
yeah, that's trending. It's going all over the place.
Now I heard a rumor they ended up they put the electricity back on.
That is true. So they put a stop to all electric shutoffs,
Yep.
which is good. I mean, come on, duh.
Yeah.
Oh, if you're
You
that,
had to have a fight to do the right thing.
but if you're that dude, how do you not buy him a meal every time you see him out? And if you live in that
Oh,
neighborhood,
I know. Yeah.
That dude's got a very, very promising political career ahead of him.
He does, yeah. They got one guy that has apparently turned everything back on.
My name is Ace, ooh, and I've been on this case.
There you go. So he's getting it done out there. Also, I don't know if you heard this. This is another problem with Corona. Actually, this is the beer, not the virus. A Naples, Florida man got pulled over after police saw him drinking a tasty, delicious beer. When they approached the vehicle, he grabbed another beer, opened the bottle cap with his teeth, and started chugging.
Uh-oh.
They
He's got nothing to lose, Kev.
yeah.
That's not a good move.
What happened? He just said, coronavirus, Corona beer, I'm going to go drinking and driving. When they asked him for his license, he told the officers, I don't have one. You think you're taking me to jail? You're not taking me to jail. And they said, hello, meet Mr. Taser.
Mr. Taser, uh-oh.
It's hard to battle.
Yeah, uh-huh. Apparently, he picked up a claw hammer and a knife, so they thought a taser was probably fitting at that moment.
Claw hammer's alarming.
Yes, it is. And finally, police have made an arrest in a 35-year-old case. A man in Pensacola has been arrested on suspicion of murdering a woman in 1985 after he threw a cigarette from his car and the DNA on it matched.
We talk about this all the time.
They're doing this so much, and we are here for it, Kevin.
I just
How
love the
about
fact
that?
when these stories come out, you know other murderers who've gotten away with it, they are scared crapless.
And they should
That
be.
knock on the door, it could be someone arresting your butt.
It's coming.
Yep.
I love it.
Me too.
Pretty good stuff. And there you go. That's your whacked out news. Well, Todd's wife wants him to stop driving for Uber with the corona chaos that is happening. And there's a lot of people that are in situations like that where you have jobs where you're getting exposed to people and then you have loved ones around you like going, I don't want you bringing that funk home to me. Somebody texted and said, yeah, my husband's an Uber driver, and he stopped 2 weeks ago. I picked up extra hours at work to try to help out and working from home. I know Uber's aware of it. They sent out an email to clients over the weekend. It said, let's keep drivers safe and ensure that rides are available for those who need them. When taking rides, sit in the back. Give your driver space by sitting in the back seat. Open the window. If possible, roll down the window to improve ventilation. And please show your appreciation with a tip. A little kindness can go a long way.
Yeah, I took an Uber over the weekend, and the guy made me get in the trunk.
He is taking it serious.
Yes, smart. That's a smart move. Somebody said, yeah, I drive Uber and I use Lysol spray. I strip my clothes off before I go inside my house and I shower afterwards. So
that's
people
smart.
are doing that. Yeah, they're doing it. Somebody else suggested they go drive for Instacart or delivery instead. Less contact with people, and you can drop stuff off at people's door. And I know many people, including me, are tipping very well right now.
Yes, and I do want to give a shout out to the delivery people out there.
Did you ever get your groceries?
So I ordered them last Thursday. They're not going to be here till Wednesday.
Oh my gosh, they do need delivery people.
They really do. I tried to order whiskey the other day, and that was on Saturday evening. They told me my whiskey would be there on Thursday night. Sorry, but brother needs a drink a little bit quicker than that.
Somebody else texted in and said, yeah, I understand this situation. Like myself, I'm a single father of 2 little girls. I work construction in Boca, but there's about 600 people on this job site. At the same time, I understand I got to bring home the money and work, but it's tough to know that you're coming home possibly with who knows what. You know, you've got 2 kids, so it is a challenge that's going on.
Scary.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping the government, can handle things the right way and really alleviate some of the stress on a lot of workers we have. I saw in the UK, they're going to be paying up to 80% of salaries for people who are at risk of being laid off during the pandemic. So it sounds like England's doing something pretty good.
Okay, let me ask you guys a question. At any point this weekend, did you guys have a conversation face-to-face with anybody new that you haven't talked to? And when I say new, it could be a loved one that you know, but you haven't talked to for a couple weeks. Have you been in any kind of situation like that? Whether it's been at the store?
I did, yeah, the cashier at Publix. That's the only person.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Kev?
I had one of those, just kind of going out. We got a couple of supplies on Friday. Got some snacks for movies, so there's a little interaction there. My father-in-law came over. I haven't seen him for about a month.
I hung out with my sister. I haven't hung out with her. We haven't seen each other.
Right.
So it's just weird to think that, I don't know. I don't think anybody knows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a weird time to be alive.
Well, some people are wondering, too, okay, can my job actually make me come to work? Michael, earlier, he texted in, he said, I'd like to call out the owner of my company for hiding in his multi-million-dollar bunker in Bermuda and then cutting my salary in half while expecting me to still come into work 40-plus hours a week.
Oh, boy.
Wow, if he's got a bunker in Bermuda, I feel like this guy is well-connected.
That's a lot to unpack.
Yeah, well, that's just it. There are some businesses that are doing it right, and they're showing their employees that, hey, I'm going to, cut a major check to try to help you out, and we're all in this together. And then there are other people like that guy who's running off to a huge mansion in Bermuda, and then he's cutting people's salaries here, and you're just like, what a tool.
Is it fiction? Is it fact? Did Corona come from a bat?
I believe it did, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's a nice rhyme, though.
Yeah, I thought you were giving us a poem.
I kind of was. I'm glad you picked that up.
I was reading this article in the Wall Street Journal over the weekend because some people were asking the question. They went and were asking attorneys when you have to work and all the kind of like the ins and outs of it. I thought it was kind of interesting, some of the stuff that was there, because, what if you had a place that going, hey, I don't want to come in. I don't feel comfortable. You can't make me work.
Yeah, what if the Kevin Ralston said, all right, Virginia, you got to get your butt in here. You're like, Kev, I am not comfortable. He's like, I don't care, Virginia. It's ratings right now. Get your ass in here. Can you take him down?
Here's what they said on that in the Wall Street Journal after talking to several different attorneys about this kind of stuff. And they said workers are protected from retaliation from an employer if they refuse to take on what they consider an unsafe work assignment. Now, a workplace is considered unsafe when a quote unquote reasonable employee would otherwise deem the assignment safe. So if just a standard, and I don't know how you deem what is a reasonable employee.
We got none of them.
But they said, exactly.
There's nobody reasonable here.
This is radio.
Is an example, if you're a hotel housekeeper and they gave you training and they gave you the proper protection against COVID-19, like gloves and equipment, it may not be considered reasonable to refuse to clean a hotel room. So if that was your job and you said, I'm not going to do that with it, then it's not, you can't make me. Yeah, they can, or they can fire you, I guess. And I know it's right to work too in Florida, but still.
But what if they got, what if you can prove, look, boss, I'm pretty sure these are Corona sheets. There's no way the virus is not in these sheets. I don't want to touch it. Can they fire you if you don't want to go into
You
your...
still got to clean it, yeah, because they've given you the proper equipment to clean it and to deal with it. Yeah, because you don't know. You have to assume everything's probably got something on it.
You should. You should just assume as you go through your day, okay, that countertop has coronavirus on it.
I'm going to ask you a few items. You tell me if it's Corona friendly. My dog's fur.
It could.
Yeah, your dog's fur could get corona on it.
They had a breakdown of like the surfaces that it lives on. I think it was like cardboard boxes a day, some kind of like tile or stuff like that for 3 days, something like that. But there's a breakdown they have on all the surfaces.
All right. Okay.
We're all scared.
I'm not scared.
I'm scared.
I'm just like, I've been laying with my dog a lot.
But he's been with you. You haven't let him go like to see people and be around other strange dogs and people.
No, but he likes to lick and rub on this one pole that's got other dog pee on it. A pole.
He's a pole dancer? Your dog? I mean, we all knew she was sexy, but...
He started dancing on the pole. People started throwing in $1 bills.
Hey, you know what? Everybody's got to get a little side hustle these days.
I guess what I'm asking is if my dog Chewy rubs his tail on a lamp that's got corones on it, does his tail got corones?
Probably a slight chance.
I think he can. I think he can be a carrier.
Just a slight chance.
Slight chance. And that's all
I would guess. Yeah.
I'm looking for slight chances. That's good.
This article also talked about, let's say you want to work from home. You're like, I'm not coming in. Does a boss have to allow you to come in? It says with telecommuting, employers generally don't have an obligation to allow telecommuting. An exception is an employee who qualifies under the ADA to work remotely to accommodate a disability. Another might be if the government is ordering a quarantine, then an employer could have more of a burden to allow remote work. Now, on the other hand, you must telecommute if your employer orders you to do so.
Okay.
So if they tell us we have to work from home, we're like, well, no, I want to come in and do it. They're like, it's not up to us.
But when I work from home, I work in my birthday suit. Sorry,
a lot of people do.
Got that in my contract.
A lot of people do.
That needs to be on KVJ TV.
Oh, you sure you're ready for this?
I'm ready.
You ready for the heat?
Are you ready? You need to put on some pants.
So if somebody shows up to work and they've got a fever, does your company have the right to take your temperature there? Like, let's say somebody shows up today and, remember when Denny showed up and he looked damp and ill and green a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, jaundice.
Yeah. Would they be allowed to be like, we need to take your temperature? Are they allowed to do that? They covered that. Typically, an employer cannot because it would be deemed as an impermissible medical examination. However, during a widespread outbreak, such a check is permissible. So if you came into work today and you look funky, they could be like, hey, we need to take your temperature. You would have to take it.
As a nurse on the front lines, when my sister shows up for work, they take her temperature. And they take the temperature of everybody every 6 hours during your shift.
Wow.
You cannot be there if you have a temperature.
And bad news, we ran out of mouth thermometers.
Yes. They're only checking rectally.
That's it. Yeah.
Some people are excited about it.
And then there's one creepy dude that's volunteering to do it for everybody.
He can't wait.
I got this round.
He just wants to be in on it.
You guys took my temperature at 9 a.m., but I think I'm getting hot again.
It's 9:15.
It's 9:15, sir.
All right, coming up here on the KVJ Show, this is kind of crazy, too, an email that we got. Imagine this. If you have a baby that's going to be born, this is something that could be affected as well.
It's crazy because you don't want to go to the hospital. That's where all the sick people are.
Yeah, so what if you're pregnant and you're scheduled to give birth here in like the next month or so?
What are they calling them? Carinnials? Carinnials, I think they're called. Babies that are born in the corona.
Oh, really?
I think so. Carinnials or...
Really?
Something along those lines.
Are you making that up?
I am not.
Feels like it.
I am 33% sure that I'm right on that.
That's actually not very high.
That's high for him.
Yeah.
Perennials, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, let you know about that. And also just kind of curious, too, who's at work today? I think it's about 24% of people, at least last week, that were telecommuting who actually went in. What's it like? What do you do? And do you feel like you're in one of those necessary jobs? Is there anybody that's kind of like wrestling at this, be like, why am I here? This is so stupid. 877-979-9763. You can hit us up here at the KVJ Show.
Did you miss a segment from the KVJ Show? Find it on kvjshow.com or soundcloud.com/KVJ Show.
All right. Well, a lot of people who are dealing with work issues this week. It is kind of odd. It's a whole new atmosphere that is out there. We were talking about when you do have to work, when you can telecommute, things like that. Article I saw in the Wall Street Journal is pretty fascinating. They had interviewed a bunch of attorneys to get the legalese on this and what the rulings would be. And Matt texted, he said, what about a job that obliges you or obligates you to travel around the state, like Tampa, West Palm, Fort Lauderdale, etc.? Yeah, they did cover that. They covered business travel. And in the Wall Street Journal, they had said that your boss can require you to go on a business trip. The best way to get out of it is to come up with a strong case for how technology could make a virtual meeting more effective. So, but if they tell you you got to hit the road, then you got to hit the road.
Hit the road. Don't hit the airplane. Just, I think it's much better to drive. You don't expose yourself to as many people.
Sorry, Virginia. We need you in Oregon by tomorrow. Got to take a red eye.
I am not. You could not get me on a plane right now.
Somebody said here, too, that your employer can cancel your vacation. So if you had a vacation, they can cancel it and make you work instead. Vacation time isn't guaranteed under federal law. So
I find the federal law messes things up, I always find.
Well, you usually have state law, and you're like going, I'm good. And then you're like, oh, no, federal law, dang it, I can't smoke marijuana. So.
Yeah, well, that's really what they do.
Yeah.
Hey, you're cool, man. Wait a minute, you're not cool.
Everybody that got their medicinal card for marijuana is so happy right now. They're like, thank God we got it before the coronavirus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh,
so they can, like, acquire it.
For sure, yeah. I bet it would be tough, yeah.
Imagine you're trying to black market buy pot right now.
Oh, well, you just have to know someone.
But no one's leaving their house.
So what are people doing? John had said, I work at a Chevy dealership, and we are considered an essential business, and we haven't seen a soul in a week.
Oh, my.
Yeah. I figure that's got to be a tough industry right now. Diane said, I'm at work, an attorney's office. I'm just sitting here doing nothing. We aren't busy a bit. And did you see, too, that GameStop finally, under the pressure, they caved and decided to close? They were trying to justify on Friday that they were a necessary business.
Yeah, we're essential.
Essential, yeah.
No, you're not.
Yeah, that didn't work out for them.
Shut up and sit down.
Yeah, it didn't work out for them.
People buy their games online now. You were telling me that.
They really do. The only thing I can think of is somebody gets mad, they punt their controller and it's broken and they have to go get a new one.
But you can buy controllers online.
You're right. It'll come in a day or two.
Still a lot of people working. Matt is on here from Fort Pierce. Matt, what is it you do, and you're at work today?
Yeah, no, I'm in underground utilities, and basically my job requires me to travel from county to county, going basically all over the state. And my issue is that couldn't that promote the spread of disease from county to county that it's not been in? Like, we don't have any case in Fort Pierce yet. We have one in Port St. Lucie, but it hasn't spread into Fort Pierce. But the biggest thing is we come down to West Palm Beach and Fort Lauderdale and stuff, and if we're bringing it from Fort Lauderdale up into Fort Pierce and stuff, like, aren't we promoting the spread of the disease instead of isolating it to the counties that it's in?
That's a great point. I would guess yes, just from what I've seen. I'm not an expert on it, but yeah, that would be. You have a really good point there.
Yeah, that's not just community spread. That's multi-community spread.
Yeah, right now, if you look at the cases that are going on in Florida, it really is right now most prevalent in South Florida. There's over 1,000 cases now in the state with 13 deaths. Palm Beach County, last I checked right before the show this morning, these numbers could have been updated, but Palm Beach County had 72 cases. Broward had 217. Miami-Dade had 227.
And just know this, too. There are so many people right now that are they think they're positive, but they're still waiting for test results. My girlfriend Kendra, she's had symptoms for a week now, and she's really struggling, but she's going to be okay, and she's still waiting for her results.
So she doesn't know if she got the corona?
7 days. She did her test 7 days ago and is waiting for the results. Doesn't know if it's corona, but it looks and feels and smells and everything is telling her. Yes.
Okay.
Everything is telling her it's coronavirus. But so she's isolated in her house. She's got a new baby. She hasn't held her baby in like 6 days.
Yeah. John is on here from Port St. Lucie. John, what is your job that you're out doing?
Good morning, guys. I do shifts. We do need help. We need help bad.
Okay. And you're delivering groceries?
I'm bouncing between Port St. Lucie, Fort Pierce, Stewart, Jensen Beach. I run a Facebook page, St. Lucie County Coronavirus Supply page, to help people out and tell them, and explain there's help out here. But we need the help for, like, delivery, Instacart, Shipt, Postmates. People are just flocking to the stores. Like, I just got gas at Sam's on Gatlin, and there's just a line at the door.
Wow.
It's just not enough supplies anywhere. It's you walk into a store, and it looks like they're just doing store setup because it's so empty on the shelf.
Yeah.
So even doing shipped orders and Instacart orders, it's like you have to tell the customer, I'm sorry, but they don't have this product, and you can't even substitute it.
Yes, that's the one thing I've noticed.
It's a lost cause.
I did the Instacart, and I did it on Thursday. They can't deliver it till this Wednesday, and I would say 80% of the things I asked for, they didn't have.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Wow.
And it's going to change every single day. I bet by the time you're supposed to get your stuff, like maybe the stuff that you wanted that they didn't have, they have back in stock, and the stuff that you ordered maybe is out of stock.
Nobody has Uncrustables right now, Virginia.
Wow.
I mean, it's been hit hard.
Just make an old school peanut butter and jelly.
I know, I'm just trying to have a little fun over here. I mean, a little levity. That was kind of a depressing call.
Seeing a lot of this, too. Some people were texting in. Somebody said, I work for a life insurance company. I'm at work right now. My boss isn't worried at all about the coronavirus, and he has us coming in. In reality, I could do my job at home as I mainly work on the computer and use the phone. Somebody else said, I'm in Stewart, and I'm in a non-essential job. I'm a designer for a furniture store, and we're still open, required to be there. So that's why I thought that was really interesting, seeing, okay, do you have to go in to work if you feel like it's not safe?
What was your last customer? A tumbleweed?
Yeah, that's just it.
Nobody's probably coming in there to design custom furniture this week. I mean,
there are some employers that they're just like, this doesn't
We're not
worry me. This is
budging.
crazy. Yeah, they're not budging, and they're making their employees come into work, and their employees. That's why I thought that. Wall Street Journal article was kind of interesting because, what if you get in that situation?
Florida is going to change. At some point, they are going to shut it down, just like they shut down California and New York City. Like, it's coming.
No, it's coming, but...
It's not coming fast enough. The quicker we shut it down, the quicker we can open it back up.
So, was it the west coast of Florida that I was looking at yesterday on social media? People still at the beach. I mean, just partying.
That was
up.
Jupiter.
Okay, that's what I thought.
The sandbar was popping, and they shut the sandbar down in Jupiter.
Yeah, there were several places. There was Hullover Beach in Miami. There was Lake Boca and Boca Raton that was going on. And probably Peanut Island, too. I was there last weekend and saw it. But yeah, that was just it. People, that's why the city managers were all upset. They don't control those waterways, and they're calling DeSantis saying, shut it down, man. Like, this place is packed. They're like people out there giving piggyback rides.
I know. It looked like they're making Jaws.
Yeah. They're like, they were, we did the interview earlier. There was that kid that they were interviewing that was coming off the beach, and he's like, I'm not worried about it. He's like, I'm young. I feel great. He's like, I'm all good, man.
I mean, just look at the weather outside right now. It's beautiful out. I'm a young, healthy individual. I wash my hands daily, so I'm not worried about it. I feel great.
So there you go. I'm fine.
I just feel like aliens are looking down and going, my gosh, they are so dumb.
They're just shaking their heads.
Pass me the popcorn. They are so dumb.
Yeah, we're their Netflix.
Yes.
Taylor's on here from West Palm. Taylor, you said you're a deli manager?
Yeah, I actually work at Publix.
Okay.
Oh, wow, this is very impressive.
How you feeling about everything, and what are you seeing?
Yeah.
we're actually seeing, like, we open the doors at 8 and Tuesday and Wednesdays for seniors at 7. And by 6:30, 6 o'clock, we got hundreds of people lining up at both doors. We got a huge line going all the way down the plaza.
Oh, wow.
For toilet paper and water and stuff.
That is nice that they're opening
like,
early
my
for
point
seniors.
Yeah, that it's actually going pretty good. They're a little bit happier, 65 and over. So.
Oh, I was wondering that because I was doing a little grocery shopping on Friday, and a lot of the shelves were empty. I'm like, this has to be great for grocery stores, right? They're selling a ton of stuff.
Is she still on the line, Kev? Mm-hmm. Can I ask you a quick question?
Well,
now, can you just confirm, are you guys going to continue with the Gouda macaroni and cheese, or is there a shortage of that?
Just so you know, I have a whole bunch at my store.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
You're all good.
Y'all see that?
You need to switch Publix.
I'll take care of you.
Thank you. You guys see that?
Taylor's got you.
There's that light at the end of the tunnel.
I was just checking in, see what everybody's doing today. Are you out working? What is life like? How normal is your day to day? Is it completely turned upside down like a lot of people, or is it some semblance of normalcy? A beer delivery guy said, yeah, we're still under the quote-unquote essential workers, and I kind of agree with that. He said, one of the beers we deliver is Corona. He said, ask me how many times a day I hear, so you brought the coronavirus? Uh-huh.
Is that at a point where you want to start punching people?
Just grab a long neck and clock them over the head with it.
Somebody else said, yeah, my boss told me to apply for unemployment. They haven't given us a date to go back to work. It can be a couple weeks, even a couple months. Yeah, this is for a lot of people. That's what they're going through. Just the uncertainty of not knowing.
What is Florida unemployment? Maybe somebody knows. I thought I saw somewhere it was like $250 a week.
I remember I did it one time back in the day when I was 19 or 20. And I think it's like 66% of what you would make in your, I don't know, these numbers. I'm backing out of this conversation.
I'm like, oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Where are we going to
You
wind
ever
up
see
here?
a friend stand in quicksand?
I started talking, and about a quarter way through, I'm like, you just got to shut up, man.
You know what? Stick to what you know. Talk about Publix mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Stay in your lane.
The Gouda is good.
They do have a good Gouda mac and cheese. But is it, because I know in New York, somebody was telling me in Buffalo, my Aunt Kathy, they let her go from her job, but she gets to get unemployment. And I think they said it was like $400 a week.
According to...
I was like, that's actually not bad. I could make it happen on $400 a week.
Well, I think it depends on what you make. And I think there's something to be said about that 2/3 I was talking about.
Really?
I could be right.
I could. He says it like
Am
this
I
might
close?
be something. I could be right.
Somebody listening knows.
Gosh, I was met with a lot of silence there.
They say homeowners who have lost income on their jobs because of the coronavirus outbreak might be getting some relief. Depending upon the situation, you could have your mortgage payments reduced or suspended for up to 12 months.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, federal regulators are ordering lenders to offer homeowners some flexibility. Now, if we start doing stuff like that, that's game-changing stuff where people be like, okay, yeah, just hit the pause button on some of these bills and things like that. You'd be like, okay, I can breathe. We're going to be good.
I can take my money and save it for food because I don't have a lot of it. So, yeah.
Yeah. Something you might not think of. Spencer sent in this email. He said, my son is due in early April, and the doctors are now telling us that there is a good chance that I won't be allowed in during the delivery out of caution because of the COVID-19.
Oh, wow.
That news just punched me like a brick. Not being there to witness his grand entrance, cut the umbilical cord, or hold him, that's a cold reality.
We can't get no hazmat suit?
What?
We can't get a suit for this guy to get in there?
I guess not. You know, I'm sure they've taken that into consideration. He said, I didn't just spend 9 months of ups and downs, pregnancy cravings, and mood swings to not be there with her at this moment.
I think a lot of hospitals have gone to that. The only person allowed in is the patient.
Yeah, that's
It
tough.
sucks, man.
Could you do a home birth?
You could, but if anything goes wrong, you're going to be really mad that you're in a baby pool in your living room. Just saying.
Okay.
You'd be a coronial or a coronial. That's what they're calling the kids that are born during this.
Mac and cheese, baby. Mac and cheese.
Coronial.
Stick to mac and cheese.
The Gouda is good.
Well, Jaybird Strength Zone, the March Fatness snack bracket.
Here you go.
Okay, now we're back.
Comment all you want.
Cheetos taking down Hostess chocolate cupcake.
We saw that coming.
We did.
Snickers all over Nutter Butter cookies.
You'll see it in the Final Four.
I don't like it, but I knew it was going to happen.
You don't like it, but you respect what's going on out there.
I do. I mean, Nutter Butter doesn't have a fraction of the marketing campaign of Snickers. I get it.
Nacho Doritos taking out the Hot Pockets. The Cheez-Its are losing to the Twix.
Good.
Bagel Bites all over Funyuns. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups all over the Tostino's Pizza Rolls. Lil Debbie Swiss Cake Rolls are beating Sour Cream Pringles, and Peanut M&Ms are losing to Oreo cookies.
I'll tell you who I'd like to see it slug it out in the finals. A little Doritos versus Snickers. Who shall win, salt or sweet?
Yeah, we don't really even have a close matchup, and we'll watch this maybe tomorrow. It might be a good idea just to go one day early to get to better matchups and have more time voting on that.
And I know, I mean, if we need more material, we can do a second tournament after this.
I think we're good, yeah. I think we're good, but appreciate it.
He's got more.
You're listening to the KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.
Got an interesting question that was asked earlier here on the show. Is there anybody who is isolating themselves from somebody in their family, and why? Because as you talk about this, you are going out and you might have a family member that is either in a job where they're seeing a lot of people, or maybe you had somebody that was, out that's just totally not at all abiding by the social distancing regulations they're trying to put in for people.
Or maybe Uncle Red stops by unsolicited.
Yeah, has anybody gotten to that point where they've actually had a family member that was like knocking at the door, hey, let me in? Be like, nah,
Or they have a key.
I saw where you were.
They have a key, and you forgot they have a key. Uncle Red's got a key to your place, and then Uncle Red's laying on your sofa.
Oh, we got to get that key back.
You got to deadlock the door, yeah.
Using your
Deadbolt
loofah.
it. Yeah, I'm just wondering if anybody's to that point. And what would it take for people to start getting to that point? It feels like if you aren't there right now and people aren't doing that, we could be a tick or two away from people being like, okay, that could be the new. What is it? The new normal?
The new normal.
Yeah, that could be the new normal.
The new normal.
Is you be like, okay, where have you been the last 2 weeks? I need everybody you've talked to. Where have you shopped? What have you done? How many times are you washing your hands a day?
On a lighter side, I was watching one of the news broadcasts, and I just started jotting down some ideas to go, if this was a drinking game, and every time you hear someone say the new normal, drink, I would have been hammered in 3 minutes, I think. The new normal was said so many times.
Yeah, there are. I don't even know that you could play because you'd have to play with light alcohol because you'd be so hammered.
The other one, front lines, that's another term. Front lines, people on the front lines.
They're on the front lines.
Look, the new normal is the front lines.
Okay, new normal, front lines. Okay.
You also had a quarantine. That's, anytime someone says that word.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll put that together for this weekend. We can go from getting fat to getting hammered.
Yeah. I started jotting some down, but I'm like, people are going to think this is insensitive. Probably.
No. Come on. Bring those in. Let's do it. That's fun. We can get that together and post that up for this weekend.
All right, brother.
Yeah. The After the Show podcast going to be coming up here in just a bit. You can watch it live about the 15, 20 minutes after 10 o'clock. We do that live on YouTube every single day, but you can always get it on demand, too. It's easy to do. Just go to YouTube and dial it up. People noticing your dancing there, Jaybird, to Flow Rider. Thought it looked great.
Is the hashtag crushing it bird trending?
Pretty
or
much,
just
yeah.
go home bird? Enough.
You need to get a TikTok, man. I think you'd be great on TikTok.
You would.
Yeah, wouldn't he?
Interesting.
I think, I know you've been fighting the TikTok thing because you're like, it's stupid.
I never said that.
It's actually fun for a guy like you who's goofy and does dances, and you do well.
Oh, I think he'd
you
crush
do
it.
well, kid.
Yeah. I think that could be his forum.
Denny's going to open up a TikTok account.
All right. Well, before we get to the After the Show podcast, Jaybird is going to wrap things up here today with the wise words of an icon that passed over the weekend. We're all sad to see.
No pressure. You're just giving hope to everyone.
Kenny Rogers.
Okay.
Everyone is three people. Who you think you are, who they think you are, and who you really are. The closer you make all three of those, the easier your life is.
Wow.
That's a good one, Kenny.
Yeah, he was talking about how when he was starting out, he was wearing earrings and like leather pants. And he's like, I was always more comfortable in suits and it just didn't fit who I was. I started putting on suits and singing in those and then started crushing it. Because he was more true to who he naturally and really truly was.
Well, now he's making them barbecue beans up in the sky.
Aw.
That's right. That's right. R.I.P. Kenny. R.I.P. Gambler.
Your decision-making skills are on point. You're listening to the KVJ Show on 97.9.